Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here on another day of Astro Gravitational Report. Thank you so much for the clicks, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the contacting me about and thanks me about the report, how good it is. It's good when you kind of like get in, those feedbacks with this. And I want to say thank you. Now, today, if you're already reading the title, is that the moon moving from the north node. That is it about looking towards the future, right? She's going to meet the retrograde Saturn and the retrograde Neptune. Then is going to move into Aries. Well, Saturn, he is the karmic ruler. He is the teacher. Imagine that all of a sudden you meet the teacher of life, and let's say, like for example, you're gonna meet, let's say Leonardo da Vinci. You are gonna meet uh, Merlin. You're gonna be meeting any of the spiritual guides. And that kind of comes in and tells you that you cannot move forward unless you learn the things from the past. So now with this kind of like of thought and energy, the moon is going to be in a very beautiful position. We're going to have some very good spiritual emotions. You're going to be, we all going to be going into this beautiful moments because at that time, particularly at 7 o'clock in the morning, the moon it's going to be in yacht from the inner work that comes in from this last degrees of Leo and Venus, which is the 24 degrees. So the inner work is going to be at 24 degrees. Venus is going to be at 24 degrees. And the moon, it's going to be at 24 degrees. This is the perfect yacht. I mean, totally perfect yacht. And that's how the day is going to come in there. Hi, Nimira. Thanks you for coming in. And now with that beautiful energy, you're going to be learning to ending things. And those ending things that we are going to learn in there. Hi, Marion. Thank you for coming in. And now with this yacht, the solution is going to be where? The solution is going to be at what? 24 degrees of Virgo, right? That is the time when you know you're going to be ready for the next step, which is what? Next step for Virgo, it's Libra relationships. So now as that energy is going to be coming, she's going to be pretty much ruling the day there's going to be some lots of hi Ariel, thank you for coming in. And with all those positive energies, because see, the moon, Saturn and Neptune is going to be giving you the proper guidance, the proper visions. You're going to be calibrating with Pluto for a proper transformations. You're learning to go back in time with Uranus, who's going to tell you, you know what, I want to move forward. You're going to repeat the same mistakes. I have to send you back, right? And now all this energy, it's trining Lilith, the true Lilith, which is there pretty much together, Mars and Mercury. So when you put all this together, all this positiveness, it's going to be an incredible, incredible day. And this is how you're going to be able to, what is it called, like rising from the dead. Because you're going to rise from this kind of like a world to have a new beginning. And that new beginning is because the moon is going to come out of Pisces and it's going to be going into Aries. All right, so this is going to be the overall energy of the day. The ascendant, it's going to be at 7 o'clock in the morning with the sun. That is going to be trining the north node. Now we're going to see that the sun, it's going to put the authority towards, I have to achieve this north node. Okay, we're going to be seeing it in the next pretty much as the way is about pretty much a little bit over a week. So for a week from now, we're going to be really looking at is to this, what can I achieve within my spiritual evolution? What I need to do? Should I have to move somewhere? Should I have to go to a spiritual retreat? Should I quit my job? Should I get off of toxic family relationships? Whatever I need to do, I need to save my soul. And as the moon, it's going with Saturn in there and Neptune. This is going to be the time of that informations is going to be passing into what? To the sun. Where at the moon it's going to be joining at that 28 degree, the sun, right? So we're going to be seeing it this while, and it's about 2 weeks and in about 2 weeks and 2 days, give it a take in there, but that's how it is going to be. All right, 8 o'clock. The 8 o'clock energy is going to be more focused within what's going on in Scorpio, but the universe is like, I want you to look at it into the depth, but don't do crazy stuff because I'm going to be slapping you. Okay, that's what this is going to be. It's kind of like a red light that it's warning because see, true Lilith, Mars, and Mercury, they're all opposing Uranus. And Uranus is like, don't try to be a friendship with this. You haven't fixed your stuff in there. Fix your material stuff, and I'm going to be guiding you how to do it. I am also going to send you back. And he's going to give us energies into to the moon, as the moon is going to get this message loud and clear. Okay? Now it's going to be action time. If you're acting on your emotions, in your beautiful things, if you are okay with the mother within you, if you are about this intuition that is going to be coming, the energy is going to be very beautiful. Let me show you. All right. So, what is the cookie here? Aries. So we have the event horizon, which is the ascendant. So we have the mean Lilith, and that little that it says T, that is the true Lilith in there. Hi Pop, glad to see you. It's Mars, and we have ascendant and Mercury. Now all that energy, if you have these beautiful emotions, here is with the moon, with Saturn, with Neptune, very beautiful energy. That beautiful energy is going to be going to Uranus. Uranus is going to send that beautiful energies to Pluto, and Pluto is going to send it back into Mars. Now we're seeing it here that the inner work, as I said, the solution is going to be at that 24 degrees. Now it's the inner work of finding that yacht, okay? Finding that yacht situation, because the moon, it is opposing it. And now it's the time for you to heal your emotions, to heal your situations. If you have a grudges towards mom, towards intuition in there, and so on, because, you know, even the psychologist said, if you have grudges towards woman, you're holding a grudge towards your mom. Yeah, that's how it goes. So now with that energy that it's coming, we have a lot of good kites in there. That is the kites with Jupiter. Very, very powerful. There are quite a few of them right now. And we are going to be able to do this. Okay. But for those who are in their ego, they think that they're controlled. They are kind of like, I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to kick him butt. I'm just going to take in names and so on and so on. And Uranus is like, you haven't learned the lesson. And Saturn is going to be blocking a certain emotion. Try to see, you know, within you, all of a sudden it's like Saturn is going to be like, stop, wait a minute. This is going to be in a form like in that Bible story when the guy was so stubborn with his donkey and he just pulling it and he was calling names of the donkey and so on and so on. The donkey was seeing the angel that says like, don't go because the stone's going to fall off. And I'm here to protect it. So thinking about it, The angel is like a Saturn. That's how it's gonna come. Saturn is like, stay back. Okay? And this is what is about those energies that you are going to feel. Okay? There are going to be some very beautiful moments, very beautiful for your transformations. Of course, Saturn is going to be testing us of how do we do it? Have you passed the test? Have some of you who's passing certain tests, okay, you're going to be able to hear it. Congratulations, you passed the test. You may be walking on the street and someone it says like, I passed the test. And you were hearing it. And you know exactly what kind of test did you pass. Okay? What did you overcome? What did you learn? You get the mistakes, cover that up, and everything there goes within. Hi, Jolie. Thank you for coming in. And now we're going to be seeing at the next hour at 10 o'clock that the inner work it's in Libra and the ascendant is going to be at Sag. Can you go reach out to the society, to your social, spiritual work, and to everybody to see how the things are going? And you're going to find out that not everyone going well. The reason is that everyone is doing what? Their inner work. Okay? They're not for this pretty much socializing. Okay? And now you're going to be figuring it out. It's like, oh, I have to learn this. Don't bother the people who do the inner work. Well, some people is not going to like it, particularly people who are attention seekers. Guess what? When they don't get attentions, what do? Right? They're creating situations. And this is going to be one of the ascendant. The event horizon is going to be square the moon. It's kind of like a trigger thing there. But the inner work is going to be at the end of Libra. It's going to be a beautiful yacht made from the moon, Neptune, Saturn, and Uranus. Do you have anything in the kind of like at the last degrees of Libra, the beginning of Scorpio? You take the relationship and take into the depth. Do you take in the relationship and go through the good, the bad, and the ugly? Right? When you're giving your oath, in the goodness, in a bad, and the sickness and the health, right? That's what this is. And some of the people are not made for it. Some people want to skip it because of lack of what? Commitment. Libra means commitment. Scorpio is actually coming after you if you don't honor your commitment. And that's why the Scorpio sometimes is like, what that is. So you have to look also what you have in that degrees of Scorpio. And Saturn is going to ask, did you learn the lesson? All right, the moon still is going to be at the 27 degrees right now. She is right in the middle between Saturn and Neptune in there. Saturn is like giving this like, you go into a two wise people, okay? Let's say you go into a grandpa and grandma, okay? Let's say grandpa is Saturn, grandma is Neptune, because the visions, okay, it's more connecting to what? Neptune gives these visions, right? Even though that it's a masculine's energy with the Triton and everything, the visions, however, they more belong to what? To the feminine. Because it comes and it's tied up to the intuition. And now your intuition is learning from the both sides. The greatest experience, which is Saturn, with this unlimited visionary of what you need to become. Now you're going to see everything that it's going to come in as together. And we're going to see that the inner work, particularly, this is going to be prepare you for the next hour, because in the next hour, the inner work is going to be connecting with what? With Mars, with Lilith, with Mercury, right? All this beautiful kite that it's in the tip, the apex is going to be a Pluto, okay? Here's we have a Mars, Mercury, the Lilith, and right here at this end, we have Neptune, Moon, Saturn. Down below, it's Jupiter. the growth within the family. People who choose the wrong sides, they are going to be choosing a different energy, right? So here is what it's calling for. You to be patient to fix this. So if you follow the blue lines, it creates this kite, right? You see the kite, right? But you also have this cross. It's a cardinal cross. And it says, if you do it wrong, there's nothing good coming to you. But if you do the things right, and you're overcoming, doing good, despite that you're feeling bad, that's your real power. And then Saturn's gonna be saying, good luck. You passed the test. You can go and move forward. And as we are talking about this moving forward, this is kind of like a more related to the when you before you decide to be reborn. Okay? They're gonna give you some visions of where it should be, how it is, you choose this and so on. And Saturn is like, did you learn the lessons from the last time? Just please don't repeat them. Neptune's gonna give you the visions of what you need to do in the new life. And now you're gonna be preparing what? To see these visions, to get these visions. And now you're in this kind of like a download at the moment. Because right now the moon, it's gonna be at the 29 degrees of Pisces. This is that degree that it's tied up to the death and rebirth. Okay? And now you're preparing for what? For rebirth. To make you a new higher self. Right? Because in the next few hours, you're gonna be what? Already born. Your intuition is gonna be tied up to the energies, to the vibrations, to the emotions as they are going within you. Now the evolution is gonna take a shape within you. But if you have not getting the things from the past, Santa says, even if you're going there, you haven't learned the lessons, you're going to be repeating, so we're going to be seeing each other again. Dear Moon, right? Because he's wise, he knows. He may be also silent, like says nothing. It's like, I know where this is going. If you have a very powerful Saturn in your chart, you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if it's in the 12th house. All right, talking about Saturn. Saturn is going to be coming in the next hour. It's going to be at 3 o'clock. He's going to be at the event horizon there. The inner work at Sag. Try not to have too much duality with this. Try not to be, it's like, when people talking about the spiritual stuff and someone just says like, oh, what is this jumbo mumbo things, Shmeli Kapelis and so on and so on. I don't believe in that. And the only time I'll believe when the spirit comes in and, and give me some $1 million, it's kind of like a situations you can expecting from Sag, right? But that energy is going to be, Saturn's like, be mindful what you're accepting and what you're rejecting. Okay? You haven't learned the lessons that you're here to have experience of your soul. Okay? So don't be so on and so on in there. You have Saturn in the 7th house, and it's a retrograde. That is going to be a lot of learning and teachings in there, but also limitations in the relationships if they're not correct. That is also could be that there are a lot of karmic lessons is going to be learned there through the relationship. But it has to be looked at also your progressive chart. Okay? Because in a progressive chart, it has to be seen if Saturn goes direct or towards the rest of your life, Saturn is retrograde. That's mean that you maybe become like a marriage counselor, a spiritual leader. In a way, you can provide this, You also can have a very good right away pinpointing to why did the people got separated or divorced, and so on in there. So this is what depends of the aspects. He can actually pinpointing to particular situations in there. Okay, so this is why if you have not a good relationship, Saturn it's telling you you're here to meet the people, but through the people I'm sending you back so you can see yourself through the other people too. It's kind of like a payback karma in a way in there, and you may be kind of like a hold on, stay away from relationships in a way. All right, because Saturn is the priest, okay, the nun that, it goes into what? It's going to the isolations, but this is in the seventh house. Very interesting because this is the house of the relationships. And you may gonna have quite a few relationships, but they're gonna be what? Are very, very coachable in there. All right, well, you guys, if you need some personal reading, all you need to do is send me the email at astroviber1111 at gmail.com. So, because otherwise these reports are going to become too long in there. High perceptions, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at through the charts and that is, I'm sorry about that. All right, 4 o'clock. We got a Chiron. Chiron is going to come out, and now this unhealed things. It's a test time, particularly about love, particularly about family. It is about, thinking about like you're the fruit of this kind of like a almost dying family tree, but you're a good fruit. And now you're like, I'm going to take myself out of this family and I'm going to go into the underground and I'm going to build a new tree for better family tree. Okay? Nobody said that you have to be tied up to the bloodline. And this is going to be some very interesting moments because Jupiter is going to be asked particularly for this. And this is why Chiron stays very long in Aries. Most of the people have Aries, Chiron in Aries. Okay? Yes, of course, because the most of the things is healing ourselves, right? All right, 5 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be with Uranus. The inner work is going to be with Pluto. Beautiful things, unless you not did the right actions. Be mindful, particularly about relationships, because Mercury, Mars, right now, they are going to be at the seventh house. Don't try to bring that internal war that you have within you into the family. Particularly if you're immature and you point the finger towards your partners and so on and so on. Okay? Grow. Go with the flow, mature with that. That is going to help you to get into this test because that's how it is. Going into the energy flows. You see, here is the ascendant and he's opposing Mars. That's the seventh house, the house of relationships, right? But if you see it, that energy is beautiful with Pluto, with the inner work. It's beautiful from Pluto towards Mars and everything. It's beautiful energy with the moon that right now crossing into Aries. You having a new beginning and you're going well with what the universe has for you with no fears. And hopefully that's you. Okay? Hopefully that's you because right now you're getting into what? To that new birth. Okay? Now you are giving a birth to your intuition that is matching and it's connecting with the energies flow, with understanding of the energies is coming and attracting things in life. And then you're creating this magnetic field that gravitates towards certain things. Okay? But you have to use what? Not programming, not wishes, not your ego's desires. You're following the natural path of events, which is also known as the unknown. You to go into the unknown in there because you know that you are built now to feel more, to understand more, and to live more better. I will picture a tree in my heart and wait Albert to come and sing. Yes, some people they need the bird, but how about if you become the bird and you want to fly and keep and enjoy the tree? Okay, it's a beautiful moment. All right, 6 p.m. The inner work is gonna be going into Aquarius. This is gonna be square the sun. The authority is gonna be having some little challenges. Doesn't like rebellions. Okay, go with the flow. Don't rebel against certain things. Particularly rebel against transformations. It's not gonna help you. Okay, because sooner or later the dreams comes in, the situations comes in, and if you kind of like a delay your transformations, right, the next lifetime is gonna hit in the same thing, in the same thing. Why would you want to repeat it? Okay, why would you want to repeat it? Be wise, do your things now. It's gonna become back better later on. All right, 7 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Cancer. This is going to be some of the energies of Pluto, Mars, and Mercury. They are looking at for, let's do this proper family tree life. Okay? So you know that you're sit now and you're like, okay, let me build the new tree line. Let me build, if you are getting yourself from the family, you are separated in there, but you're still holding grudges, you're not going to build that. But if you let it go, you put yourself in there, now you can build a proper bloodline. Okay? And this is going to be some divine interventions in a way. Okay? And for those who doesn't hear now this message, they're going to be hearing it pretty much in the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Okay, Mercury is going to be there again. He's going retrograde, and he's going to go back in the same place. You missed the message. Well, it's going to come back. It's like the letters that were sent to Harry Potter. You sent 1, 2, 3. Well, the message is going to come sooner or later. All right, Ascendant is going to be at Cancer. This is going to be about to look into the family, but now this Cancer energy is very beautiful with Scorpio's energies. It's very beautiful with Pisces energies. A lot of emotions. Those could be a very good emotions of healing old patterns. It's like, you know what, they did the best they could, that's the way, the things that they knew. They grow up in this environment, they grow up in this culture, they grow up in that was the way, and for that time, probably they did you their best. Even if you did the worst, they did the thing. That doesn't mean I have to be tied up and tight. They put my life on hold because of that, right? So these emotions, it's gonna be working itself out, okay? Hi, Jupiter is going to be at the ascendant. This is going to be at 9 o'clock. That is that T-square between the moon and Chiron, which is right now, it's perfectly perfect. 24 degrees. And be mindful not to skip steps. Don't skip your growth. Because you haven't healed the love from a childhood. Okay? It's like, okay, I'm going to have some other people, but I cannot fully love them because I'm still carrying something, and I don't know what it is. I'm afraid to be in a relationship because I still have something that I don't know what it is. I don't want to build a family. I don't want to build this. I don't want to build that. Go take a look at it. This particular Jupiter, why is it there? Because Jupiter is going to go retrograde. He's going to come back into this. But Venus is not going to be there. Venus is going to be, she's looking after Mars. Venus is around Christmas, they are going to be coming in together. The Sun, Venus, and Mars. On Earth, in Capricorn, to serve a purpose. It's going to be a great energies. Some people is going to get some very good unions in there. Of course, there's going to be some challenges in this, but that's when we get there, okay? We're going to talk about that later on. All right, 10 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Leo. And you got to be learning that if you're creating from your ego, nothing good is coming out. Because when soon the other people smells your ego and so on, and you look in your own benefits, people just going away, right? And now, even if you're using this sweet words and understanding everything and so on, but you have this kind of like shadows energy, Pluto's gonna sense it, and this is not going to be in the right thing. Okay, so I'm trying to stay balanced. Riblarus, my Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus in there. So if you have Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus in Libra, if that's what I understanding there, to be mindful for the inner work of the fights that you have in the relationships, because Jupiter is going to bring you the growth. Uranus is going to be, in a way, make you inconsistent, always looking for something there, something bigger, something out there for something, until you don't understand that wants to give you, when Uranus is in Libra, it wants to give you the connection with the universe. It's not about to change and shift the relationships too quick. Okay, that's a very big generational thing that goes on. Until we learn the lessons, could be heavy. All right, now it's 11 o'clock. The ascendant is at the mid Leo. That's divine energies with the North Node. Some of the people, they're going to be understanding that their ego, sooner or later, has to look within the soul. And this is going to be a big lesson for all of us. Right now, the inner work is going to be with Chiron. It's time to heal this inner child. It's time to get into this, because Venus, wounded Venus, with that oppositions, particularly with people who are going to be born in right now, they have to go and understand this particular situations in life. Chiron opposing Venus. Chiron in Aries opposing Venus in Libra. You're carrying the pain within you in the relationships, unhealed wounds, and it cannot grow into mature into that family. And some of the people have to really dig in there. Yes, if it's 11 o'clock at night, that energy is really going to be what? Your trigger. Okay? So now the moon, it's over at Aries. It's about the new beginning. Decide what this new beginning is for you. Okay? Because we are going to have, the moon is going to be meeting, not tomorrow, it's going to be very close, but she's going to about to meet that Chiron. And now the intuition is going to put that pressure. We're going to start feeling it tomorrow. Okay? It's going to feel this pressure into this Chiron. Okay? All right, guys. So that's what it was, the astrogravitational report. And I'm going to be giving you just a little tip. How did the day is going to start tomorrow? Well, the first things first. The moon is going to be in divine energies with the sun, 150 degrees. This is going to be a something that you we have to go and work things out. Okay? Because if there was something in Virgo, particularly, we will have to have the very proper yacht. Okay? Because the yacht, the incoming, okay, let's put it in your view so you can understand it a little bit better. From your point of view, this is Virgo going towards Aries. This is Scorpio going towards Aries. And the solution is Libra, to making the balance. Okay? And this is what you're going to be looking at tomorrow. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Much appreciated. And come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report. Much love to you guys.